Hello Libra, how you doing? Welcome to Messages from Energy Game from the 20th to the 26th of October. Happy birthday to those of you having your birthday right at the end of Libra season. Hope you're doing well. Messages from Energy was all about the engagement or the awakening of our true inner path. Igniting that valiant side of us and getting really passionate about where we're going and what we're doing. The other thing was all about the elements as well. We get the elements of earth, water and fire. Now, you're an air sign and there's no real air in the system at the moment. There's mainly just the water, fire and earth. And you may think, that's not a good thing because I'm an air sign. But actually, it gives you enormous amount of control because you control the missing element, and it's how much you put into it and allow the rest of the energy to do the work. The fire, the passions in life, the water, which is the emotions, and the earth, which is the physical and the material side of life, how that interacts with you and how you engage in it with your sort of air energy, because you're a pure air energy, will be very important. So that's the Messages from Energy. If you haven't seen it, do go and see it. It's on our channel. Let's just have a look at your Astroflower here. And as you can see, in every single base petal, you have air energy. So you've got air with water, and then you've got air with earth, air with earth, air with earth. So you do have a great deal of control of the vision you put in at the beginning. So when you plant the idea of starting a business, just making that vision really squared off and clear for you, that's really going to help you on your karmic path, on your interaction, or your your networking. Here is follow the money. Follow what works. This is where you get that cardinal earth that comes in from Cancer. It allows you to build projects. So you start getting movement within any project that you're doing in a very sort of physical sense. And then you've got that fire that's at the surface here, on this side here, and this side here, on this side here, on your relationship side. You've got that cardinal water, which is giving you an emotional direction, which comes in from Capricorn on that side there. And you've got that mutable earth, so you can play with the situation of how you develop your relationships and your emotional or your spiritual side of life. The thing that I'm getting off of this as well is on this fire that comes through, that connects the past to the future. And because you've got a lot of air in the system, you don't want to blow the thing out. So although there's a great deal to be said of you and how you apply your vision on your karmic paths, on both your relationship side and on your financial side and your connections to the outside world, don't put in too much, because maybe your passion to get it over the line may not match what you put in. So you might be, it's a case of, making sure that your eyes are not bigger than your stomach, as they say. Okay, but then afterwards you've got this combination between earth and water. So everything is really fertile here. You've got great possibilities. It's just the way in which you engage your mental energies will be the deciding factor. Okay, let's just see what's going on. Let's get some messages from the general energy that's running through you at the moment. Okay, so we're connecting to that energy now. Okay, so we can see that neutral point. There seems to be very precise things that are coming into your life. It's not like, if you imagine, it's like raining really big raindrops, but there's not hundreds and thousands of these raindrops. There's only one occasionally, and it's what you want to take that's coming into your life at the moment. Okay, so it's like it's like I don't know if you've ever been skiing or snowboarding. When you're going through the trees, you've got to really pick a precise line through the trees, and I think you've got to do that. And I think that's where your mental energies could really help you enormously. Yeah, on your financial side, look at that. You got the Lovers card. Yeah, I do think you could fall in love with your life. No doubt about it. I think this is a really good week here. Once you allow it to flow, once you allow the world to feed your goals, your ambitions, I think it's going to make you fall in love with how easy it can be. That you don't have to stress about it. On your relationship side, seeing things in a different way. Yeah, that's possible. That's very possible. It could well be for a connection that you have with someone that you didn't think, was possible, and all of a sudden it becomes possible. And just because you're seeing it in a different light, that's the sort of thing I go. But let's just see what's going on the financial sort of side here. It seems like what you've been building in the past is going to take a big leap forward. And it seems like there's a connection with another person or another company, could be for a new job or a business or a contract, that really takes you from one league to another. King of Wands. This is your karmic path. If you own it, you want to feed that fire, I think, more than anything else. Feed that passion. And when you own it, and sitting in your power, and because you've got a very clear vision on it, you don't have to mess around with it too much. Because if it either sits within the boundaries of your vision or it doesn't. That's the way it is. It's very black and white at the moment. In the synchronicities with the outside world, you get the Temperance card. Now, this is pre-star card energy as well. I think this is where there is opportunities that are coming into you. As I said, like these massive situations that come in, but not all at the same time. And it's what you choose to engage with. What makes you happy? And you get the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is also, it's a Capricorn card. But here is you're connecting your past to your future. I think you've done a lot of the work in order to get the success. It's basically now is recognizing how to nurture it, how to grow this success, how to take it to the next level. And some of it is also understanding that you've done the work and you've got to allow things to come into your life, situations to step into your life. Look at that. And you get the Empress card as well. Huge amounts of abundance there with the wheat there in your future. And as I said, I think if you are patient about it, if you're patient about it, this leap forward is happening from you being strong about your vision, and it brings out in the future the Empress card. Now, the Empress card, she has a control over her emotions. She knows what she's doing. She's falling in love with life because she's manifesting it. It's pre-magician card energy. And that's what seems to be doing it. And that's where it's coming out in the future with the Ace of Swords. Believe in yourself. Be patient. Be patient. I know it's an awful thing to hear. Be patient. As a Capricorn, and going through Pluto in Capricorn, that was the only thing I could hear for 20 years. It was really annoying in the end. But patience does pay. And I think this is where, rather than burning yourself out or blowing out your fire by getting involved too much in it mentally, will hold back your success. The more relaxed you are about it and just sort of kind of go, no, that's good for me, that's not. Rather than kind of going, oh, maybe is it? No. Just being black and white about it. And then that's when the results will be coming in for you. Very, very good for you. Let's just see what's going on. See if we get a vision for the relationship side here. Yeah, it's like a scenario that turns up that you're maybe out with a friend. Okay? And they've gone to go and get coffee. Whilst they're getting coffee, you're sat at a table and you just notice someone that either sparks an idea about another person, or you notice someone that you haven't seen for some time, or you just notice someone that could be good for you. I think you're noticing what love is for you around you because you're seeing things in a different way. I don't think, this is on your karmic path. You get the Three of Wands. I don't think you're running out there to sort of like fall in love. That's not what you're doing. I think you're very comfortable with who you are at the moment. And, why would you want to really mess it up by letting someone into your life? I think that's the sort of attitude you've had, but stirring inside you is that thing of, I'd like to see it a little bit differently. And look at that, which you get in the connection with the outside world. And this is where you get that, as I said, the cardinal water that comes in from Capricorn, mixing it with your logical carbon, your logical air, just breeds that most beautiful sunshine. It's shining. Someone who shines, you look at them, they look like they're just like they're the sun they're the sun embodied, and they're bright and they're beautiful and they're light, and it makes you feel light, and you're feeling like maybe someone's looking at you. It could well be this is it. You could be seeing things differently because the hangman has seen the light. They have seen the light. They're just seeing it now in a different way, through another optic. Happiness through another optic is really works really well from you. From the past, you get the Three of Swords. Yeah, this is why you're sort of saying, do you know what, I'm not looking for it. That's why you're possibly doing that. But you've got the Three of Wands, and that's what's tying into that Three of Wands. You're not really pressed about getting involved and everything like that. You're just enjoying the moment, enjoying the connections with other people that are around you, and it's going to help you see things in a different light. And in your future, I think you're going to decide to, get back in the saddle and take the staff of passion, as it were, and re-engage in relationships, but under your terms, or having those healthy boundaries in place through that knowledge and understanding. Yeah, and you're cool. It was cool as a cucumber about it in regards to your relationships this week here. You get the King of Cups. I think you're very secure in your emotions of what you're doing, who you are, and what you want out of life. And that's a real big difference. And it's allowing you to recognize the glorious, joyful engagement that you can have in life. I want to see what this leap in front here in your financial side, that's going to give you the rewards. Now, this is very interesting. Look at that. You get the Ten of Swords. I think it's because possibly you're letting go of something on your financial side. And I think this is where the black and white thing comes into it all. You're letting go of something, and that allows you to have the King of Pentacles to come through. You have this abundance that's going to be coming into your life because you're letting go of something, and it's a blessing in disguise of something that you've done in the past that will help you in multitudes of different ways, not just in the direct way that you thought at the beginning. Okay, let's just see how this transition goes on the relationship side. Do you know what? I think you really are noticing someone that makes you feel like a real winner. I reckon you know now where you can be a winner in the relationship. And yeah, and you get the High Priestess as well. Absolutely amazing, really. High Priestess, she's got a complete, she's a master of the spiritual world in regards to emotions. And also the unseen as well. And seeing behind what has been said, what has been done, and everything like that. And I think because you're mastering it, it makes you free, and I think this is what the Hangman's all about. You're freeing yourself up on the expectations of a relationship, so that therefore all of a sudden the ultimate relationship can possibly happen because you're taking a lot of stress out of the situation. And yeah, I think it does breed ultimate happiness for you, Libra, going forward. So there you go. Thanking you for subscribing, liking, sharing and commenting. It's absolutely beautiful to see, and it helps us enormously with the algorithm and all of that. Don't forget about the messages from energy and all the other energy videos that we do on this channel, and the live that we have on Sunday night, Q&A about energy, anything you want to be talking about, and on Cymatic TV, the energy updates. In the meantime, all that's left for me to say is, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.